every day, and of course for our social media too. So thank you so much for having us, and thank you for being a wonderful ambassador of NYSC. Thank you, sir. So, like I told you, this is a team from NYC Media Office, and he's affiliated us and initially introduced me, but
Informally.
yes, sir. My name is Mecca Kubebena Rams, Deputy Director of Communications, and I have before you Mr. Obedi Emmanuel, who is the editor of NYC News, Mr. Director.
The pleasure, sir.
Then Mr. Philibus Yusufu, Chief PR, who is also a member of the team.
My regular customer.
So, of course, the lady amongst us, Margaret Beckerman, she is the Chief PR too. So, without further ado, we go into the nitty-gritty of our journey today, sir. And like this is an in-house. Even before we publish, we can even show you that they're not comfortable with any content you can strike out. But we know you very well that you're the round peg in the round hole and quite vocal and very intelligent. So, so thank you, sir. And for the purpose of this, can we meet you, sir?
Oh yes, I'm Senator Yemi Adaramodu. I represent the South Central District of Ekiti State, and I'm the Senate spokesperson, and incidentally and deservedly, I'm the chairman, Senate Committee on Youth Development. That's just oversight over the NYSC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. In fact, we're quite excited at the office when we learned that you've been appointed to the committee on youth. Because you did so well when you were in the lower chambers. And obviously, so the flag continued to fly high. Editor,
Sir, thank you so much one more time. You mentioned in passing the informal that you served with the scheme, the secretariat, but you didn't give us the whole information. How was your experience during your service team?
Oh yes, well, it's quite very, very interesting. Why I said very interesting was that when I was, I've never known anything about NYC when I was still in university. I knew there was NYC, but I didn't know the workings and what I was going to meet when it came to my turn to do my youth service. So from Ife to Matemawolo University there. So when I was posted to Ogun State NYC, and so when I got to Shagamu, the universities, so we started exchanging banters, then asking questions, how was it there, how was it? I used to hear about Calabar University, University of Calabar, University of Ilorin, Ahmadu Bello University, University of Benin, some of the universities that we had wanted to even attend then when we were even doing our job. And we didn't attend, but we attended different, which we consider to be the greatest university in Nigeria, even in Africa. So because we always say that there are only two universities in Nigeria, then University of Ife, Obafemi University, and then the others. So yes, coming there with that kind of notion. So we were just changing banters, all of us. So but by the time we now were moved into the halls, the hostels. So we are given our bed spaces. Then they gave us a few things to make us convenient. So when we got there, and then early in the morning, around 4:30 a.m., we started hearing the sound of trumpet. What's happening? They said we just have to wake up. So some of us could not wake up as early as. So we now saw soldiers running around the hostels. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You have to wake up, you have to wake up. So just in the giving, even without washing our mouths then. So we had to wake up, then put on our shorts and then the singlets. So, and the caps. They said, no, you don't need cap now. Just wake up. We are going to do exercises. I started with exercises, physical exercises. We are running around the feet, running around the top, doing all these kind of things. It was very, very hectic then. So, in the first 2-3 days, I started feeling so uncomfortable. How was this? So, I don't know, this is what they call service. So then, after the 3rd day, so I started getting used to it. So even before the big glass blew the trumpet, we have already woken up. And so we started that kind of communal living together, that kind of the camaraderie. Then in the morning, after the exercises, then you go and eat, you come back, you go and attend some classes where they will teach you how to speak Igbo, how to speak Hausa, then how to speak Yoruba. So we come back again, we have some other lessons. They were teaching us how to patriotism and so on and so forth. And then they divided us into platoons, and then they even told us that, look, you are going to participate in cooking food for yourself. So, but fortunately for me, maybe fortunately. So they were picking those few members to serve at the center. So I was one of those people that were picked to serve at the information center. They did not even ask for the course that I offered at the university. They just called us. Oh, come here. Just I was in at the information unit. So when I started in the information, I was writing scripts. I didn't do that one in the university because I was in the environmental design faculty, so I didn't write scripts. So we started writing things like that. And some people will do the voiceover. Then in the evening we will do cultural show. We do games. I was playing volleyball then. So after exercises, walking under the barbed wire, climbing all those things, mounting the ropes and all sorts. And I participated in all. Then we were having this campfire thing. So all of us in the night, very late in the evening. So we have that. Then we started having competitions among the platoons. So fortunately my platoon came first, platoon 9 then I could remember. And I still remember those guys and ladies that were in the platoon together. So we were still even in contact. Many of us were still in contact. Many of them are big men and big women now. So I don't know whether I'm a big man. Because I've not increased the size. So where I enjoyed it. Even when the camp was about to close, we didn't even want the camp to close anymore. We did Mr. Camp, this and that. So we did so many things, several things like that. And I enjoyed the Babi market. So where we go, but very late in the night, around the 12 a.m., the soldiers will come and say, go and sleep, compulsively. Why are you retiring us to the bed? So we get to the bed and we start gossiping. So I've been talking. So we enjoyed all those things then. And then after leaving the camp then, so the experience was that what's going to happen again? So they now shared us to PPAs, places of permanent assignments. So, and then I was one of those people that were taken to Abeokuta, the state headquarters, and particularly to NYSC secretariat. So when I got to the NYSC secretariat, then I met an Ogadia, Tumba Adinaya. So he now said, look, young boy, come. Maybe you are one of those guys in that public relations unit and all this and all. I said, yes, sir. So they now brought me to the NYSC secretariat in the suburb, Nawarudin Street, Abeokuta, number 22, Nawarudin Street, Abeokuta, facing Reverend Kuti Secondary School. So that was where I was then. So, and then they now took us to Copper's Lodge at Okelewo. Okelewo in Abeokuta, very close to the Central Bank. So that was where I was then. Then what I enjoyed most then was that every weekend we go and visit, we go to share the College of Education to go and visit our core members who are taking as teachers there. We go to NTA at Ogbe, our core members who are teachers there. We go to Idiaba Nursing School, our core members who are to be teachers and to be admin officers there. So it was a very great experience. Then the CD, the community development thing. So then every Wednesday we were having it then. So we sweep the streets of Abeokuta. We go around, we go and do advocacy, anti-AIDS thing. So many things like that we did when we were there, and I enjoyed everything. But the very important area that I just wanted to stress was is that, look, if I had graduated from Ife and I went back, I would have gone back to my home in Ilawekiti because I didn't have any home. Mm-hmm. I came from a very, very humble home. My mom did not go to school, my father did not go to school. So I didn't have an uncle or cousin to go and spend holidays with. So anytime when I was an undergraduate, so whenever we had holidays, I would always retire back home. So does it mean that if I have left school, I would have retired back home? What would I have become? Maybe a farmer. Be a farmer, good, but I wouldn't have been a very good farmer because I won't have enough to do good farming that can give me income. I would have been a subsistent farmer like my father. So, but because I had the opportunity, that window of 1 year, to now go and have a peep at the world and see that the world existed somewhere else apart from my family and apart from my school, the Mawulo University. And now, so when I now saw other people, the way they behaved, and then exchanged just so many areas of interest, talked together, and all sorts. And so, having that opportunity to have a whole year, to now rethink, to now see myself as a young adult who is growing, to now see back and say that, look, it's no more your mother that is cooking food for you again. No. It's no more that you have to go and cry to your father to pay school fees anymore. It's no more that when the shoe pinches you have to cry to one sister or one brother anymore. You are now on your own. So you have to think. You have to ask questions. You have to widen your horizon. Widen your, like Abu will say, shine your eyes. So I started shining my eyes. So, and it gave me that opportunity, the way it is giving opportunities to young adults of Nigeria today to have a thing, to now show that yes, we have a transition to adulthood. Then what do we do? Where are we going to? Are we going to maybe continue in academics? Do we look for government job? Do we set up on our own, based on our own skill, and do something for ourselves? Do we keep waiting, looking for white collar job or blue collar job or red collar job? So that opportunity is very tremendous. It's unquantifiable. So it gave me that opportunity. That's one. Then, secondly, our passing out time. Then I was still considering that, will I just go back to Ilawekiti, just like this after service? It was on that day that we were passing out that I saw an advert. Somebody just called me. We sat together. The guy's name is Akiloye. So he was a graduate of the Polytechnic Ibadan. Was the one who called me. Shebi, you sat and you work with the publication and publicity people, and you are in NYSC Public Affairs. Come now. Come. There is vacancy in the Nigerian Tribune that you can just apply. I said, hey. They said, just continue that line now. So you did well now, you served. That's where we served. That's where I picked it up. And today, I just veered. I've never studied journalism. I just veered to journalism. And today here I am, Senate spokesperson. Several years back, so Senate spokesperson. That media is still knocking on my head, knocking on my soul, knocking on my mind, knocking at me professionally. So, so that's there. So I can now say that NYC has done tremendously to propel my life to the great heights that I might have reached today. And then that's why I have a kind of a congenial and that ushered me into adulthood. If that strategy had been there, I wouldn't have gotten it very right. I wouldn't have gotten the opportunity of saying that, oh, life existed somewhere, that somebody can even need to go and apply somewhere. I wouldn't have had that one. I would have go back to Ekiti. And Ife and Ekiti, they are very close to each other, almost the same culture, the same style, and so on and so forth. And not only that, the national orientation and orientation that the NYC has imbued people like us and all of that. Because some of us, and so many people today in Nigeria, majority of the friends they have were the ones they met while serving. Majority. And you can just take the statistics. If we have 100 core members in a community, and after their service, only few of them will leave that community. None of them will remain there. Either Akara Copper. They are core members who serve in the community. Two of them made. And they got there, they found out that, oh, and people they like Akara. That's big. They went into that venture. Today, they are very rich guys in Ekiti. We call it Akara Copper. Morning, afternoon, evening, they have spices of Akara. And everybody, because they are graduates, they will give, they put a fishy, like our people will say, they put a fishy there. So, touch up, Akara way touch up, where. So, everybody is patronizing them, and they are going higher economically within Ekiti. They came to Ekiti to serve. So several of them are like that. So that's one of those things that somebody like me did, and that people and our young adults are still gaining today. They are still gaining today. So that's why I said NYC, I think, is the only institution today in Nigeria that anybody can say patriotism reigns, thinking about the future of Nigeria starts and even situates. And so anything that we can do to enhance the growth of NYC, to make it more functional, it is functional, to make it function much better, we have to contribute to it. And that's why me, as an NYC family member, as an NYC progenitor, NYC has become my ancestor that I believe in, that has contributed seriously and immensely to my own growth personally and generally to many of Nigerian youth. We all defend it, the creed of NYC, we enhance it. We go to any length to ensure that the scheme remains afloat, not only remaining afloat. 51 years, when our founding father, General Yakubu Gowon, taught that, yes, patriotism, togetherness, unity had already been evaporated from the space of Nigeria. He now taught it wise that, oh, let us bring NYC forth. And because when young adults, when they don't have misgivings about their nation, then they don't go. And when young adults have misgivings about their nation, then the nation should talk. So it is the NYC that is the leverage platform, whereby the young adults realize that, yes, we have a country that knows that we are here, that knows, yes, I am one of them. And I'm very happy today that even in the National Assembly, whenever ministerial list comes, we first of all ask for NYC certificate, the child certificate. If you don't do it, it's a peril for you. If you don't do it, there's no dice. You can't just come around. Because it means that you are not patriotic. You are not taking Nigeria. So if you are not taking Nigeria, you cannot arm Nigeria. that is exploitation. So I'm very happy with that. So, and for me, like I started, NYSC has done well. NYSC has come to stay. 51 years of its existence. It has already fulfilled the purpose that it is created for. The little we can do to follow time, the time that we are in, is to continue to make, to jig the act, the laws that established NYSC, to make it more functional for the young adults. And then the NYSC must do some other jobs that it has not been doing before. And that is making sure that the young adults that pass through the NYSC scheme must not only ensuring that that 1 year is solid for them, their own future will be solid through the NYSC. That's why we have put forth the NYSC Trust Fund, so that it's going to be, you know, when we go to an hospital, we are treated of an ailment, there must be a follow-up. And that follow-up is the most critical area. That is when they will tell you to use your drug very well. If you don't use it, it is going to relapse. Then eat this diet and don't eat that diet. If you do or you don't, then there's going to be a relapse. So when the NYSC, when the young adults go through and pass through the NYSC scheme, there will be something there for them, so that after it, there must be hope. And that hope is where the NYSC Trust Fund comes in. That's the gap we want it to fill. And once that one is in place, unemployment, tension, kinetic security problem, the national security problem, synthetic security problem, organic or inorganic security problem will evaporate. Then Nigeria will be better for it. Nigerian youth will be better for it. The people we call the leaders of tomorrow, who are supposed to be the leaders of today, and who are actually the leaders of today, we have better hope, and then they have the better grip of their lives, and then the workings of Nigeria, so that our young adults will not look at Nigeria as a platform. They will not look at themselves as global citizens. They will look at themselves as Nigerian citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful insight. It's been quite scintillating, saying the least, touching so many subjects. Thank you very much.
Distinguished Senator, sir,
Apart from what you have been doing as a member of the House of Reps and now Senator, it is on record that at personal level you have done a lot for NYSC. Many people have benefited from NYSC the way you did, but many of them have forgotten about NYSC, let alone thinking about doing anything at their own personal level. What has been your inspiration that you've been doing a lot for NYSC as a person?
My inspiration, I as a religion, I think, like I said, I owe it a duty to defend the foundation upon which I'm building whatever I become today, which is NYSC. Like an adage in my area, in the southwest, they will say, Odo to wá gbàgbé orísun, ibẹ̀ ló ń gbẹ. That means a river that forgets about its source, it just dry off, because more will not flow into that river for it to continue its course. So for me, I enjoy being someone who will always give testimony of what NYSC has done for me. As a Christian, when you get to the church, the pastor will call out testimony time, blessing time. So that I'm giving testimony, it's a blessing time for me too. And I know that others who have not been giving testimonies, which they don't know that it's going to be a blessing time for them, they will start giving testimonies because it's going to be a blessing time for them. Giving testimonies and assisting NYSC does not take anything away from anybody, because NYSC is not a quandary. NYSC does not need anybody's peanuts or whatever. It's just for us to join hands admonish and encourage the young adults that are now going into the scheme. Because in other countries, there are schemes like NYSC. It might be military, it might be security, it might be economic, it might be this, it might be that, it might be cultural. So, but for Nigeria, it's all encompassed. And can anybody tell me today, any forum where Nigerians do meet across ethnic, religious, social strata basis? Nowhere. It's only through the NYSC. Those of us that are in the National Assembly, yes, we come from different constituencies, different central districts. But we are adults who have already formed our opinions about other people's thinking, thoughts, philosophy, psychology, politics. In the National Assembly, we are here politically. Then we can come to the National Assembly and now have a colloid of philosophy that, oh, National Assembly, the Senate is one. Yes, that I'm an Ekiti man. Somebody is an Ijaw person. The other person is an Hausa man. They come here for the sake of making laws, for the sake of doing things for our country. We have to come together as an adult. That one has not even conferred to me enough impetus on patriotism than when young adults stay together in the same camp for almost 1 month, sleep together, eat together, dine together, wine together, play together, act together, do things together. And then after it, you now give them a whole year to be together. And for you to leave Ilawekiti, where I come from, to now go to Katsina and stay there, and then see, learn, understand that Nigerians do meet as grown-ups are just self-serving. If we work together in the ministry, it's self-serving because I'm still serving. I just want to have my salary. I just want to have my allowances. And then probably train my children, build a house, buy a car. That is the pursuit. But in the NYSC, it's not like that. And there's no way if I have a co-worker, I would now say, oh, I want to, you are from Kaduna, I want to go to Kajuru with you because we work together in the same office. But in the NYSC, you are from Ikotekwene. They carry you to Kuntagura, and you are in Kuntagura. So you eat the food they are eating, you drink their water, you now go to their market. Compulsorily, when you go to the local market, you have to learn their local language. Then you now know little. But here we speak English to each other. But here we are not mingling with the countryside. But core members we mingle with the countryside. So that's why, for me, those are the.
This interview has been quite interesting. But before we interrupt, it is not news that some people have been clamoring for the discontinuation of the scheme for the NYSC. How will you respond to that?
Well, for us in the National Assembly, I, as the spokesperson for the National for the Senate, and by and large even the National Assembly, from us in the National Assembly, nobody has ever clamored for that, and nobody could have, because if there's anybody that thinks like that, especially in the National Assembly, while we are screening ministers, director generals, we will not be asking for their NYSC certificates. We think it's not compulsory, it is not necessary. But we take it as the first requirement that makes us to believe that really we love Nigeria. So that one is sealed. Then, but perhaps you can find one Judas Iscariot among 12 disciples, that maybe 1 or 2 people out there, not in the National Assembly, will be saying, oh, this NYSC, why are we having it? Because of security this, because of Kinikondia. Look, I'm able to ask that question. Kidnappers do go to secondary schools, even primary schools, to kidnap pupils and students, even universities. Have we scrapped education in Nigeria? Huh? They will leave people on the road to pick them. Have we closed all roads? They go to homes, houses, to go and corner them. Have we used caterpillar to remove all houses? So are we going to say maybe because I took my bath yesterday, my body was itching me then. I will not take my bath again. So can we take an occasion to measure the success of the scheme? So definitely the NYSC will not be isolated from the bigger society where we find ourselves. And thank God. Thank God. For me, when in the House of Representatives, I was the chairman committee youth development, like I am here in the Senate. We have not been having very rough experiences. We have not been having that, and we will not have it. Because even those ones who are miscreants and outlaws, they too, and the core members, with the safety that were provided for them in the camps, and the way they behave them when they leave the camps, conforming with the rules, the laws, the ways and means of all the communities where they find themselves. They have not been having very rough experiences. So I can commend the scheme for being proactive, for being very, very thorough. One, in ensuring the safety of core members in the various camps, giving them the necessary lectures, impetus, advice on how and where to go and when to go out, and why they should conform with whatever local arrangements and laws and rules that wherever they are doing their PPAs, don't give to them. That's why, and we know that our core members are graduates. They are not novices. They are not just beginners who will not know how to read handwriting, either on the wall, even on the pages of paper, or wherever that handwriting is happening. So we don't have any problem. And then I don't think anybody that loves Nigeria will be asking for the abrogation of NYSC. Because it means that that person is saying that anarchy should rule, misgiving should rule, misconception should rule, unity should just be forgotten about, then meaning that there shouldn't be any platform or fulcrum where Nigerians should meet anymore, then it means that that person is clamoring for the theme of your 10th history. And I don't think that is what we need in Nigeria. The NYSC is waxing stronger, as far as I know, and as far as we feel, and as far as the National Assembly feels, opines, and behaves in their disposition. Because that is why it has been very easy before 1 year of the life of the Senate to have passed the NYSC Trust Fund. And then within a very short while, it will be going to Mr. President for assent to the bill, which I believe and I know that it's going to become law, because it's going to do a lot for Nigerian youth. And Nigerian youth, being more than 60% of the population, and they lead 60%. So I believe we cannot joke with them. Once we have them, we pull them out of the streets from idleness, then surely the issue of security threats and all sorts, and then they say our security problem here, which is not provided for. So that inertia, the kinetic, we just wake it up, because the inertia is always hibernating. So we just wake it up, and the inertia will become kinetic and reinforce the troubleshooting, and then turn us into a serious security cataclysm. So with the with the fund, with the trust fund, that one is perpetually cured. And that is the way we think the Senate by and large the National Assembly.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
distinguished Senator, for your very open expressions, which we profoundly appreciate. We're going to take end of the session today, but before we round off, we'd want to know have your thoughts or advice for co-members and future co-members too.
Yes, for my advice to the core members is that there are rules that the NYSC authorities have already given to prospective core members before they become the new core members. That is rules about safety that prospective core members should adhere to it. Like if you are traveling, maybe you want to go and resume in the camp, and the time is past 6 p.m. because you have your call-up number and letter with you, you can go to any military, paramilitary, or security agency or center that they give you the opportunity to even pass the night, so that we don't endanger our lives by traveling in the night when our security will be threatened and we cannot be guaranteed as well. And that wherever we find ourselves in the communities, we are supposed to be a danger of peace there, as well supposed to show class and show the people that yes, Nigeria can be better for all of us, and we must abide with the local rules and the practices, legal, lawful practices in those communities, and that core members should know that they are serving their nation, and that serving someone's nation is not quantified by how much the nation has given me for serving my nation. That the word first is fulfillment, satisfaction, and then for you that you can top your chest that I have done well in my country. And the knowledge, the education, whatever we have picked, either from the camp to wherever we are doing our PPA, the community development thing, and then from the societies where we now do mingle with our people, that it is what makes us a man or a woman, apart from being a good Nigerian, then to be yourself, because there's a lot of fibers and traits that make a man or make a woman. So part of it is having the experience of what others are experiencing, knowing what others don't know or what you have not known before, and getting out of your silos, getting out of your cocoon. So that those are the traits and the qualities that can make someone's life meaningful and fulfilling. And then I'm urging our core members and the new core members that yes, Nigeria is a good place for them, and that they are not only leaders of tomorrow, they are leaders of today. They should think like that. They should express themselves like that. That I'm taking myself as an example that after service, because of my own activities, both in the camp and then my PPA, it took me just 3 or 4 years after that graduation that I became a local government chairman. And I was not up to 29 years when I became chairman of local government as a small boy then. And it's because of my activities that prepared me. Because I was already emboldened. I could now talk to people. I could now advocate. I've learned a lot. I've had experiences, learning from others. So when I went back to my local area, So I utilized those experiences. And then they saw in me a promising leader. So when the issue of chairmanship came up, the youth clamored around me. I said, we can try it. And we tried it, and I became chairman of local government at a very tender age. So, and it can happen to anybody, it can be anyone. So that the way I moved out of my cocoon and I utilized the knowledge, the experience, the education that I came from there, I'm just recommended the same to core members who are serving now, prospective ones that will be coming very soon, and then the ones that are still in the university or the polytechnics or monotechnics, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, to imbibe such, so that they too can hold the loins of power in Nigeria. Because either we like it or not, those of us who are here today as leaders, we have to exit. If we don't exit voluntarily, nation will exit us. So who are the ones that will take over? So if our young adults are not thinking like that, then definitely nation will burst vacuum and God forbid warfare. Are we going to turn to anarchy? Are we going to turn to get into crazy? No, we will not. So the young adults must come to the firmament and hold themselves, hold their spaces, and occupy their spaces. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sir, you've been an individual's delight. Thank you once again for all your own expressions and your insight too. Thank you. As we've come to the end of today's session, but before we round off, okay, we round off anyway, but I failed to introduce a critical part of this arrangement. Our core members that are members of NYSC television and radio. So they've been doing quite a lot, wonderful work to keep the stations alive. Then of course, the head of photography, NYSC.
We always see it, so it's not new to me. We are regular customers to each other like Ogavili was.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Ogavili was my leader.